Yo, what is up, guys? James Carter TV here for NFL Week 2 picks and predictions. Last week, I went 11-5, and if you ask me, that's pretty freaking good. That's about 69%, if I may say so myself. Now, let's do better in Week 2. And I tried to tell you, I tried to tell a lot of you, a lot of your fans out there for specific teams what was going to happen. You didn't believe me. It came out Week 1, it happened. Now, for 5 games, I was wrong, but we're going to do better on that. We're going to move upon that. And for the teams I got wrong last week, I will give you props as we go along. Now, if you're in a hurry, just go down to the description box. All my picks and predictions are in the description box. But before you yell at me, at least give me the courtesy of listening to what I had to say before you yell at me in the comments. But you probably won't do that anyway. So with that said, let's start with tonight's game, the Thursday night football game between the Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs. Peyton Manning is done. The Chiefs are going to win the AFC West. Well, that's what you believe. I don't. Look, Peyton Manning did not look great last week. I documented this in my game recaps for last week. But there's a problem on the other side of the fence, and that's the Kansas City Chiefs offense. And although they've added Jeremy Maclin, and although Travis Kelce looked great last week, I still have a very difficult time believing that their offense is now prepared to take down the Denver Broncos defense, which is even better than it was last year. Jeremy Maclin will be shut down. There are 2 men that can shut him down in the Broncos secondary. Their names are Aqib Talib and Chris Harris Jr. Jeremy Maclin's not going to do anything. So now you're relying on Travis Kelce. And by the way, Aqib Talib can also cover tight ends. And not only he, but they had Danny Trevathan in their linebacking core and Brandon Marshall that are also well-equipped to cover tight ends. Jamal Charles will have struggles, as he did twice against the Broncos last year when the Broncos swept you guys. Last year, as I just said, the Broncos swept you guys, and I don't see enough has changed. Yes, you guys dominated the Texans last week, and I thought you would do so. And yes, the Broncos escaped with a victory against the Ravens in a very unconvincing fashion, as I thought it would. But I'm not ready to say that the Broncos are now a worse team than the Kansas City Chiefs. Their defense, I think, is just better than yours. And Peyton Manning can make a nice throw here and there to beat your team. I'm rolling with the Denver Broncos to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. Next game, we have the New England Patriots at the Buffalo Bills. This is another game. These are 2 back-to-back games where you're going to find out who are the Broncos and who are the Patriots. Are you going to trust them to go on the road and beat teams they have a history of beating, or will the tide turn? I'm saying that the tide turns in this one. I'm picking the Buffalo Bills to beat the New England Patriots. Bills fans hate me because I picked them to go 7-9 this season because I did not have faith in Tyrod Taylor. I'm picking them to win this game, and I still don't have faith in Tyrod Taylor. I do believe, however, that their defense will be good enough and will give the Patriots enough issues to where the Bills will be able to win this game 24-20. Next game, we have the Houston Texans at the Carolina Panthers. Now, the Panthers went to Jacksonville and won, and shut up everybody. All these clowns and baboons and buffoons were talking about, oh, look out for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Well, guess what? They suck, and I tried to tell you that they would suck, and you didn't listen to me. All right, so that's what's going on. Now, they're hosting the Houston Texans, who I also said would suck. Why? Because they're starting Brian Hoyer. Now they're not. Now they switched to Ryan Mallett, and I could care less. In fact, this makes me hate your team more, because now you're switching your quarterback after week 1, and you're asking me to have faith in that decision and believe that this helps your team. I've never heard of a quarterback switch after week 1 that has helped the team. All that shows to me is that Bill O'Brien knows, man, we're in trouble. You started Brian Hoyer over this guy. You made the conscious decision that Brian Hoyer beat this guy in camp. So now this guy is coming in week 2, and he's supposed to produce better results. Yeah, I'm not buying that. Give me the Carolina Panthers to win at home. You know, the Arizona Cardinals at the Chicago Bears. Cardinals won against the New Orleans Saints as I predicted. The Bears lost against the Green Bay Packers as everyone predicted. Now, The Bears suck, right? No, they don't. They competed last week. Again, Jay Cutler played bad. Jay Cutler played bad, and they competed last week against the Green Bay Packers. I think the Bears win in Chicago. Look, the Bears have one of the best, honestly, coaching staffs in the NFL. When you have John Fox, when you have Vic Fangio, when you have Adam Gase, you have one of the best coaching staffs in the NFL, and they're going to sneak up on teams, especially in Chicago, and beat them when you're not expecting it. Matt Forte is still running well. Alshon Jeffrey was banged up last week, should be healthier this week. They're going to give the Arizona Cardinals problems, and they're going to win this game. We have the San Diego Chargers at the Cincinnati Bengals. Similar to last week, I said the Lions and the Chargers game was the most difficult game to predict. I think this is the most difficult game to predict, and yet again, the Chargers are involved in that. The Chargers beat the Lions. I didn't think they would. They did. Phillip Rivers looks great. But I'm picking them to lose again. You know, on the road in Cincinnati, I think the Bengals can sneak up on you and can get a win. But again, this is a very difficult game to predict, and would not shock me if the San Diego Chargers won this game in Cincinnati. Next game, we have the Tennessee Titans at the Cleveland Browns. This is the bet your mortgage game. The Tennessee Titans are going to win this game, as they were going to win last week's game, and no one wanted to. Well, not no one, but a lot of people put faith in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I don't know why. And after seeing the Browns lose to the New York Jets in the manner of which they did last week, how could you pick them to win this game? Bet your mortgage on the Tennessee Titans to win this game. We have the Detroit Lions at the Minnesota Vikings. This is another difficult game to predict. Now, I said going into the season, temper your expectations for the Minnesota Vikings. They are not a playoff team yet, and they proved to be that on Monday night. Now you have the Detroit Lions coming to town, who lost in San Diego last week, and I think the Lions are just a better team than the Minnesota Vikings right now. The Lions swept the Minnesota Vikings last year. Adrian Peterson is back and may give the Lions a little bit of hell, but I think the Lions are just still a better team than the Minnesota Vikings and will go to Minnesota and get the victory. It will be close, though. Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the New Orleans Saints. This is the New Orleans Saints. This is easy. This is the biggest spread of the week. But I think the Bucs will cover. Right? And keep that in mind, though. I think the Bucs will cover that spread. The Saints will win the game. Jameis Winston will look better. And he didn't even look that bad to me last week. And I'm a damn Tennessee Titans fan. So with that in mind, though, I'm picking the the New Orleans Saints to win that game. The Atlanta Falcons at the New York Football Giants. Man, this is a tough game. I really don't like, I'm very uncomfortable picking Matt Ryan to go on the road and win hard games. You know, I'm very uncomfortable doing that. While you have the New York Giants, who I just don't think are a good team. Although they did sort of give the Cowboys a little bit of hell. They came out with a loss. I think they're going to come out with another loss because the Falcons are just a better team. But again, I feel very uncomfortable trusting Matt Ryan to get a key road win early in the season, let alone late in the season. Anywhere in the season, he's not going to get it. All right, we have the San Francisco 49ers at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, 49ers fans are thrilled because they won on Monday, while Steelers fans are pissed because they lost on Thursday. But ultimately, when I'm looking at this game, the Steelers are just a better team. Not only that, they've had time to prepare for this game. They've had 3 or 4 more days than the San Francisco 49ers have had to prepare for this game because of how the schedule worked out. I think the Steelers have to win. They have to win this game. I mean, this is it's so odd to say week 2 that any team has to win a game. But coming off of last week, if they lose at home to San Francisco, oh man, that's a big omen towards the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I think they'll win this one at home. They should. I think they will. All right, we have the St. Louis Rams, at the Washington Redskins. The Redskins competed last week against Miami Dolphins, played good defense. Wow. And now you have the St. Louis Rams coming to town. Man, I don't know about this game. People are writing off the Washington Redskins. Me, I am, but this could be close. The problem I have is that the St. Louis Rams defensive line is going to be against the Washington Redskins offensive line, and that should favor the St. Louis Rams. But I'm still low on the St. Louis Rams now. I have them going 4-12 coming into the season. They'll be 2-0, but the wheels will start rolling off soon. They're not a very talented football team. They have a great defensive line. That's it. That is it. All right, next game, we have the Miami Dolphins at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars, as I said earlier, they suck. You know, and I tried to tell you they'd suck. You didn't listen to me. But they're going to compete this game yet again. I think the Miami Dolphins underwhelm yet again. And it will become a recurring theme, an annoying theme for us. But I think they win. It'll be low scoring and it'll be closer than it should be. We have the Baltimore Ravens at the Oakland Raiders. This is a game that the Raiders just will lose. They're just going to lose. And I tried to tell Raider fans, man, oh, you should see the hate I got on my Raiders team preview video. Raider fans are so upset and so offended that, oh, you have us going 5-11? Are you crazy? We're good. We're a playoff contender. No, you're not. Okay, you're a bad team. You're still a bad team. Just because you have 5 players, Derek Carr, Amari Cooper, Latavius Murray, Justin Tuck, and Khalil Mack, doesn't mean that you're good. You need the other 17 that you're looking for. Now, that's an exaggeration. They do have some good offensive linemen thrown in there and some decent corner by the name of DJ Hayden. But you have an old man, a 39-year-old man, 39-year-old man, and Charles Woodson. When he started, you know you're lacking talent. Okay, so Raiders, you have a long way to go. Don't worry, though. You'll be able to draft Vernon Hargreaves this upcoming draft. All right, we have the Dallas Cowboys at the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles disappointed Monday night, while the Cowboys, they disappointed, but they won. I really don't care that this game is in Philadelphia because, remember, the Cowboys won in Philly quite easily, and Philly won in Dallas quite easily last season. So who cares where the game is? And that goes for all of the NFC East because the Giants almost won in Dallas easily. So who cares where the game is? This is just a bad week for the Cowboys. They've lost Dez Bryant. The Eagles lost on Monday, but they just have more talent than the Cowboys without Dez Bryant. I have to pick the Eagles to win this game. We have the Seattle Seahawks at the Green Bay Packers. The Packers winning this game is a very bad omen for the Seattle Seahawks. This early, yes, because I am projecting this to be the NFC Championship game, as are many of you. So if the Seahawks will go down 2 games to the Green Bay Packers, I mean, these are 2 teams that will win 12 games, or the Packers at least. So going down 2 games this early looks like this NFC Championship game is going to be in Green Bay. This is a big game. But although I do have the Green Bay Packers winning in January, I have the Seahawks going on the road and winning in Green Bay. A big game that they need to win. I think they will on Sunday Night Football. We have the New York Jets at the Indianapolis Colts. You see, this is an easy game. Duh. You know, it's the Indianapolis Colts. But, man, the Jets kind of impressed me. I have them going 5-11. They look like a 7-9 team, while the Indianapolis Colts are kind of limping a little bit. They'll win the game, but I do have an eyebrow raised. All right, guys. James Carter TV, Week 2 picks and predictions. What are yours? Comment down below. Currently in the James Carter TV Picks Challenge, I am 7th. I am damn proud of that. Out of about 50-something guys. If you want to join and picks games with us, the link will be in the description box. You'll be a little late now because there's been a week of games that have gone on the books now. But if you think you can catch up, sure, why not? Join the league and let's see what can happen. James Carter TV. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.